What's the story with Mr. McGrory? Welcome to week 4 of Numeracy News. This week you're going to be doing the subtraction of decimals. I'm going to hand it over now to the best math teacher in school, Mr. McGrory. Thank you, Mr. McGrory. And might I say, you're looking mighty fine today. Thank you, Mr. McGrory. And might I say that you are also looking mighty fine. We're just the best, aren't we, Mr. McGrory? So this week we are subtracting decimals. I'm going to show you how to do it the SWB way. So if I look at my first example, I've got 36.8 subtract 14.64. I'm going to write my question out here, 36.8, and I'm subtracting, making sure I'm lining everything up with my place value, 14.64. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, as you saw last week, is fill in any missing bits I can with 0. So I've got a missing number there, so I'm going to fill it in with 0. Now I can start subtracting. Remember, when we start subtracting, we start from the right hand side and then work our way to the left. So here I'm going to do 0, subtract 4. Can't do that straight away. I need to exchange a number here. So like Miss Murphy showed you last week, I'm going to put a 7 there and then put a 1 there. So this number now becomes 10. I'm going to do 10, subtract 4 to give me 6. Then move along to the left. I'm going to do 7, subtract 6 to give me 1. My decimal point stays in the same place. 6, subtract 4 gives me 2. And then 3, subtract 1 gives me 2. So my final answer is 22.16. Okay, remember we need to line up our numbers like this. I can't, so wrong way to do it, if I put 36.8 and then I line it up like 14.64. Okay, if I subtract it like this, it is all out of place. I haven't kept my place value in check, so I will get the wrong answer. Okay, do it the SWB way, lining up with the place value, putting in zeros for when I need to, and then subtract and exchange when I need to. So that's my first example. My second example, my second question is 51.4 subtract 6.98. So I'm going to write here 51.4 and I'm taking away 6.98. And again, where I've got gaps, I've got a gap here and I've got a gap here. So I'm going to fill those in with zeros, put a 0 there, and now I can start subtracting. Remember, we start from the right hand side. So here I'm doing 0, subtract 1. I need to exchange there because I can't do 0, take away 8 straight away. So I'll exchange one of the 10s here, so that makes 3. To make that 10, I can now do 10, subtract 8 to give me 2. Here again, I need to exchange because I can't do 3, take away 9. So I'm going to exchange 1 from here, so that becomes 0. Put my 1 there to make 13. So 13 take away 9 gives me 4. Decimal point there. Again here I've got 0, take away 6. So I need to exchange 1 from here. So that becomes 4. This number now becomes 10. 10 take away 6 gives me 4. And then lastly, 4 take away 0 gives me 4. So my final answer for this one is 44.42. Right, let's go on to example 3. So this question, I've got 368.05 and I'm subtracting 7.835. Now again, I need to be careful with my place value here. It's 7.835, so my 7 needs to line up with my units. So my 7 goes there, 0.835. Then again, I've got my gaps here, here, and here. So I'm going to fill in those gaps with my zeros, so it makes it a lot easier for me to do my subtraction. 0, 0, and 0. Again, now I can start my subtraction, starting from the right. 0, subtract 5. I can't do that, I need to exchange. So I'm going to put cross through there, make that 4 to bring the 1 over to there. So this now becomes 10, subtract 5, which gives me 5. 4, subtract 3, making our way to the left, gives me 1. 0, subtract 8. Again, I need to exchange there before I can do that subtraction. So I'm going to borrow 1 from here. So that becomes 7, 1 less, and then put my 1 there to make that 10. 10, subtract 8, gives me 2. Decimal point stays in place. 7, subtract 7, gives me 0. 6, subtract 0, I'm left with 6. And then lastly, 3, subtract 0, gives me 3. So my final answer is 360.215. Okay, making sure I'm keeping my place value in place and adding in those zeros so it helps me out. Okay, because if I show you, if I don't add in my zeros, if I write this question out again, 0, 5, and then 7.835, putting that 0 in helps me think, because otherwise I could just do, I'm doing nothing, take away 5, which means I'm just left with 5 there. Okay, that's wrong straight away. That is not what we want to do. I need to put in my placeholder of zeros, and then it makes it a lot more simple. Makes my brain think, okay, I can't do 0, take away 5, I need to exchange. Okay, on to our final example. Here we're subtracting 3 numbers. So my sum I'm doing is 3066 subtract 195.8 subtract 96.25. Okay, I'm going to split these calculations up. First one I'm going to focus on is this one, 3066 subtract 195.8. So I'm going to write that out over here. So 3066, and I'm subtracting, again making sure I'm keeping my place value exactly the same. This is 195.8, so this 100 needs to go in my hundreds column, which would be here. So 195.8. I then need to add in my placeholders of 0, sorry. So I've got nothing here or here. So I'm going to put in my placeholders, 0 and 0. And now I can start subtracting my decimals. 0, subtract 8. I can't do that. I need to exchange 1 from here. So put a line through that. That becomes 5. The extra 1 goes there. 10 take away 8 gives me 2. Decimal point stays there. 5 take away 5 gives me 0. 6 take away 9. Again, I can't do, so I need to exchange. There's nothing here though, so I can't exchange anything from there. I need to go 1 further place value up to here, to the 3. So I'm going to exchange 1 from there, so that becomes 2. That now becomes 10. I'm now exchanging 1 from here. Now I'm exchanging from 10, not just 1. So that 10 becomes 9. And then the 1 I'm exchanging goes there. So now I'm doing 16, take away 9, which gives me 7. 9, take away 1, gives me 8. 2, take away 0, gives me 2. So my answer for that one is 2,870.2. So I've done that first subtraction. I'm now going to do my answer and I'm going to take away 96.25. So I'm going to write my answer out again here. So 2,870.2, and I'm subtracting 96.25, again making sure I'm lining up my place value. So 96.25. Again, notice where I've got my gaps. I've got a gap here, here, and here. I can fill those numbers in with zeros as my placeholders. So 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Now I can start my subtraction. So I'm going to start here. So 0, subtract 5. Again, I need to exchange. So that becomes 1. 1 goes there to make that 10. 10 subtract 5 gives me 5. 1 subtract 2. Again, I can't do that straight away, so I need to exchange. If I go 1 over to the left, it's 0. So I can't exchange anything from there. So again, I go another 1 over. So exchange 1 from that 7, becomes 6, that becomes 10. I'm exchanging 1 from this 10, so that becomes 9. And the 1 goes there, sorry. So now this sum becomes 11, subtract 2 to become 9. Decimal point stays there. 9 minus 6 gives me 3. 6 subtract 9. I can't do that yet. I need to exchange. So exchange 1 from here, so that becomes 7. New number there becomes 16. 16 subtract 9 gives me an answer of 7. 7 subtract 0 gives me 7. 2 subtract 0 gives me 2. So my final answer is 2,773.95. Okay, so make sure we are using that method, we're using the SWB way, and that will help us when we are subtracting decimals. Okay, back to you, Mr. McGrory. So, now that I've shown you what to do, it is over to you. Pencils and pens at the ready. Off you go.